Actually, there are so many challenges to just implement the serialization regulation in Korea. Actually, the problem, in my opinion, is the legislation is not in publicly open, not yet. So the stakeholders are very confusing. So and the most biggest thing is that we have to do is the collaboration just between the stakeholders. Actually, the wholesalers have very difficulties to just follow this regulation. So that would be the most biggest challenges. 30% of products must be serialized from the January 2015 this year, and the rest must be serialized until the end of this year. Actually, the Korean governments just investigated if the companies followed the plan, but the government thinks the companies just made a promise, and they kept their promises as well. So, but the actual problem is that the most manufacturers only cares about the printing and attaching the code. So there could be many problems or the duplication errors where they don't care about this reporting system. But the problem is that from next year, the reporting system starts, then the companies must restart their serial system once again. That could be the problem. The phase 2, the regulation just regarding the reporting system, they will be started from the next year, but still the amended regulation is not yet in public. So that's because with that reason, so many pharmaceutical companies just wait. They don't want to do anything. So, but on the other hand, some companies just follow the regulation, the guideline of the government. They install the system. They spend a lot of money already. But actually, the regulation is just postponed with the original the plan. So this can be another problem because some companies who just follow the Korean regulation very well, then they have a lot of complaints. In my opinion, the MOH wants to touch down the serialization very well. They really want this regulation is completed very successfully in Korea. Actually, if the whole market is trying to only define the problems in the regulation, then nobody can find the answer or find the solution. So the MOH wants they want to gather the volunteer and innovative companies, and the MOH needs some help from the market, and if they collaborate each other and they just through the whole pilot program, and they can find the answer, and that they can make some guideline or the best practices, So I think that's the main reason to start the pilot program. Actually, there are a lot of success stories in the serialization system, as well as in the pharmaceutical industry, and as the other industries as well. And actually, the Hanmi is one of the best practice to implement the serialization system very successfully. And in the industry, actually, the Samsung was only the top rank of only in Korea in the late 1990s. But now, the Samsung is the most biggest company in the world. But just the middle or late 1990s, they just started the serialization system. So after serialization system is complete, then the company is just try to use the serialization system, and how can they use the data? Then the company can be changed very dramatically. So we have to just refer to those companies who have success story in the innovation the system. Until 2016, the manufacturers serialization can be complete, and the one more next, the 2017, the wholesalers must install the serialization system. And then the Korean government thinks that hospitals and the pharmacies is the final and the last goal of the serialization system. So they are just preparing the new regulation for the hospitals and the pharmacies. And at the point of the dispense, all the serial number, the products, must be reported, because this is the finalization for the patient safety. So that's the next step of the serialization regulation in Korea. Okay.